Morning, people. So let's get straight to it. So some of y'all might have seen I had posted that video of my interaction with Pep Boys after they messed up my van. After they messed up my van.
Whoa. So it's starting off crazy. All right, Pep Boys. What I get out of this start or this intro is Pep Boys messed up his van. Now, guys, y'all know me. I never go on record defending a shop or a dealer. However, this is an interesting story. I want y'all to check it out, okay? Because you're gonna be shocked at my take on this, all right? Because again, I have no intentions of defending Pep Boys. What the hell? I ain't defending Pep Boys, but I'm gonna tell y'all why Pep Boys was not in the wrong. They did the right thing, and well, you hear the rest. Let's finish.
So there's a lot of confusion going on. I guess maybe that's my fault. So let me see if I can clarify everything for you. So I go up to Pep Boys. I tell Pep Boys that I think I need a thermostat. My van is blowing cold air. They say okay. We'll check it out. We'll call you and let you know when it's ready and stuff like that. I say okay. I leave. Pep Boys send me a picture telling me I got a little leak in this little nipple, which I didn't. I need a new radiator cap and needed a radiator flush. This is the picture. So you see it's lime green, it's dark going all through my system. And they said they only found that nipple as the leak. So go in, pay my money, everything cool. Walk out to the parking lot, crank up my van. I'm sitting in my van for about 10 or 15 minutes because I'm waiting, make sure the air is blowing hot. Air's not blowing hot. So turn the van off, of course, walk back in, say, hey Mark, the guy who was sitting at the desk, say, hey man, it's still blowing cold air. I say, okay, let me check it out. I'll let my guy check it out, and we'll let you know if you want to wait or you want to leave it here. I say, man, I'm gonna wait. So I waited about an hour. I say about an hour and some change. Mark calls me to the desk. He's like, hey Al, the van's spitting antifreeze everywhere. You're gonna need a new water pump. And whatever else he was saying that I was gonna need. Like all this stuff was wrong with it. I'm like, how? I was like, I brought it into you because the air wasn't blowing hot. Then you told me the air was blowing hot. I paid my money. I go out to the van ain't blowing hot air, still blowing cold air. I bring it back into you to say, hey, the problem that I brought it in for wasn't fixed. Now, when you take it back to the second time, you bring it back, you tell me I got a whole wealth of more problems. How is that possible?
All right, I'm gonna tell you how it's possible. Because that was the case all along. All right. Now you're a victim of your particular vehicle being dispatched to the wrong mechanic. Okay. And that's not your fault. Okay. You're not to blame for that. You're not in charge of who, that establishment give your repair order to. Okay. You only want your car fixed. All right. And you only can hope this is in the best hands. A lot of cases, your vehicle is not in the best hands. Your vehicle is in the next hand. Okay. The guy that was up next, he might just started last week. However, he was issued your car, and it sounds like he took no pride in his work because he should have test drove that vehicle and verified if, in fact, your heater was now working before he even parked it. I get the sense that he had a sense that this is not real hot and we're going to have some problems. But he parked it anyway and let all of this drama be created. A lot of this could have been avoided when he could have, feeling for temperature. Ooh, come up, park it, go in the front, boss. This is not as hot. I think we're going to have some problems out of this. Then they would have went ahead and proceed with that diagnostics. Now, from my take on it, they didn't charge him to re-diagnose it. Okay, or I could be wrong. Let's finish listening.
How is that possible? How is that possible? Now I'm getting a little agitated because I'm upset, right? Mark, as I'm talking to the mechanic, the guy Mark gets on the phone. He walks through a door on the right side of me. As I'm talking to the mechanic, like, how did you mess that up? He's trying to say, oh well, when we replaced the radiator cap, it built up pressure and it blew out, your water pump and stuff like that. He said, how? How? You gave it back to me. I was like, how? I'm steady asking how. So, as I'm talking to him, Mark comes through another door. He says, hey, Al, here, refund you your money and basically have a nice day. Wait, what? I was like, so you refunded my money, basically telling me, kick rocks. But what else is wrong with it now? So that's what.
Well, here's his concern. You got your money back, number one. A lot of places ain't giving you your money back. Now, Pep Boys is a fairly huge establishment. All right. They have lawyers on deck for people that, threaten lawsuits and things like that. However, they don't want to stay in court with lawsuit because that name, Pep Boys and lawyer getting sued again. Yeah, they don't like that. So they gave you your money back. And you might take it as them saying, okay, go away, kick rocks. But now your interest turned to, well, what's wrong with my car? At that point, you even, bro. Take your losses. You had a bad experience with Pep Boys. Just get past that and move on, okay? But at the end of the day, you still want to know what's wrong with your car. So I'm interested to hear, did you ever find out what's wrong with your car? Let's continue.
Mark starts telling me, well, you're going to need a new water pump, probably going to need some hoses, and you're going to need the thermostat, which I originally brought it in for. So I'm like, this is crazy. I'm animated. This is crazy. Whatever. So I leave. You know, I walk around the building because I got to walk around the building to get to the garage.
Whoa. So he brought it in for a thermostat because he have no heat. So technically, he pre-diagnosed his car. Now, that doesn't excuse the mechanic from listening to that pre-diagnostics and going through with it. All right, yeah, man, you can't. The customer don't know what the hell wrong with their car. Now, a lot of customers do this to save on diagnostic, but it don't work. You never should listen to a customer. He's there for your help. All right, he's not gonna just give you, tell you what's wrong with it. Okay, if they do, they're crazy. But I don't think that was the case here. Let's finish.
When I get to the garage where my van is at, my van is sitting there with a pool of antifreeze underneath it, and it's glowing bright green. So take it to Firestone, $1,700.
Ouch.
$1,700. Whatever the pressure they did, they blew out the system. In my opinion, I'm not a mechanic. That's why I took it to a shop. Yeah, I should have took it to Pep Boys. But hey, I'm not a mechanic. You know what I mean? I know basic. But
all right, they didn't blow out your system, guy. Okay, they didn't do nothing. The only thing Pep Boys is guilty of is recklessness. That was reckless what they did. All right, it's as simple as that. All right, you half-ass diagnosis, you replace a radiator cap and some more stuff. You park the car, assume the heater is hot, and the customer find out it's not. So you got your money back. I don't know what that was, but you was out of $1,700 from another facility, and I'm guessing your heater's working now. Just chalk it up, man. No sense of really getting on. A lot of people social media has created a bunch of, how should I put this? All right, you can get exposed on social media. All right, your business can crumble because of somebody on social media. Because words spread quickly. All right, let's finish this up.
I know I take care of my van, and anything to go wrong, my van is fixed ASAP. You can even look at this. Look on the receipt from Firestone.
Wow.
So hey, in all this, if you can look at the dates that I have circled, everything happened on the same day. I went into Pep Boys on that day, took the Firestone this very same day to have everything fixed. So who am I scamming? How am I in the wrong with this? People act like I'm in the wrong, saying, oh, and I even got a comment saying, oh, black people. Crazy.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with the color, you guys. Yeah, some people gonna throw color in there anyway. But my man, I don't know. You should chalk this up. All right, you just had a bad experience with Pep Boys. All right, and Pep Boys do share some blame in this. Like I say, their recklessness part, just reckless the way that was handled. But I applaud you for not, taking this to the next level, the gangster level. All right. Take your money back. I'm thinking, had they not given you your money back, you probably would have took it there. But I'm glad they gave you your money back, and I'm glad you took it. And I'm mostly glad you got your car fixed. All right, that's all I have, man. I gotta go.